About set to go. Today's starting pitcher, Kodai Senga. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Ready to go now, and now for the Jays, George Springer. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
And there's a foul ball. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. That to right. Soto going after it. Nabs it, and there's one down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And it's clear the most important job they have today is getting to the starting pitcher early and often.
No doubt about that. That's the best way to disrupt a game. But can they do it? Certainly something for us to pay attention to in this one, partner.
Bo Bichette up to the dish.
Go back to Toronto, Blue Jays.
That one in there across the letters. Next offering is in for a strike.
I understand you want to try to gauge that guy's fastball, but you also have to be aggressive and ready to hit in your zone. Now you're in a tough spot.
The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering upstairs. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. 2 away now.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
2 down, bases empty. Anthony Santander at the plate. High fly ball down the left field line. That's back there. And it one-hops the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Wastes no time there. This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
Man at second. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
Well, a really good chance right here to pick up a run in the top of the first after what seemed to be a real quiet start to the inning.
Not even close there. And it's 2-1. Santander at second with 2 down. Fouls one off. 2-2. Two outs. Way high. Will Wagner in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here in Queens, and on the hill here today, Kevin Gossman. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Next pitch downstairs, and now it's even 1-1. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, and a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. And that's a little bit high. Now 2 balls and a strike. Just misses with that one.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Hard hit, left field, base hit. And after grinding through that at bat, he gets the best of him.
Man, that was a pretty good battle to play, and I'll tell you, it feels pretty good as a hitter when you grind out a hit like that. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Into the Big Apple, seats and gone. Wow. That's worth the price of admission. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 2-0. He ambushed him right there, Siggy.
Yeah, swinging on that first pitch, and I think losing one over the fence is exactly what he had in mind as well. Power versus power right there, like 2 locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Gausman, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
Here's Pete Alonso. That one finds the zone. 0-1. One down, base is empty. And ball 1. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Ripped to short. Sends it across to first, and that takes care of Alonso. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here.
Fielder,
This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Brandon Nimmo stands in now, looks at that one inside.
He's given up a couple of runs, but the pitch count really not as high as you would think. Might be able to get through this one under 25 pitches.
2 balls, no strikes to count. 2 outs, base is empty. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Two down, nobody on. And it's fouled away. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings through it for the K. The high heat, too much on that one. Mets add 2 runs on this blast. And it's 2-zip. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Second inning
leading
set
off
to
for
go.
Toronto,
Now it's
the
going to be
designated
Will
hitter,
Wagner.
Will Wagner.
Senga back to work. Ball 1 there. That one outside, and the count now 2-0.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes, no free passes. You can't allow that.
Right through there for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Next pitch is outside. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Diving, makes the grab.
Juan Soto does more than just packs a big stick. Special player defensively, as we can see on that diving catch. He took away a base hit.
And next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. And first offering is fouled off. Senga. He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
That one not close. And a full count now. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch-to-pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
1 out, base is empty. And he hits a ground ball right side. Tosses to first. He's out.
Batting 7th, second baseman Andres Jimenez.
2 outs, base is empty. And stepping in is the speedy Andres Jimenez. There's a strike. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Corrals it, and that is that. So they go quietly there. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Mets 2 and the Jays nothing. Back here at Citi Field, we head to the bottom of the second, and now the DH, Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker.
Foul ball there. The 0-1. Short hop liner, handled it short. Throw to first, picked in the dirt, but he beats it. What an effort that time.
Oh, that one right there had the looks of one of those plays of the week. Great diving stop, but he just couldn't set up to make a good throw. Maybe got a little too excited. He was probably feeling it as well, but either way, that's a tough play and a tough error.
So a man at first. Tyrone Taylor getting ready to hit. Swinging a foul out of play. Strike 2.
0-2.
Stays alive. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Swings and misses, struck him out.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Alvarez.
Here's the catcher to hit, Francisco Alvarez. And that's outside. Man at first, one away. Just
Ball
missed.
2-0.
Just
Ball
off the
back
inside edge. The pitch. That's in there. And the count is 3-1.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
3-2 now. Winker
3-2.
over at first with one away. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. And they add a couple more. It's 4-0.
He ran the count full and saved his best swing for last. That was a battle, and he won. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So one out, nobody on. So up next for New York, Jeff McNeil. First offering, and it just misses. Foul ball. The 1-1 is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Gets a piece and stays alive. One and two here, and a foul ball. He stays alive. Still only one out here in the inning. And they'll do it again.
Well, having such a tough time putting him away. 6 foul balls in a row. Man, what a battle.
And a swing and a miss. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
Lindor batting for the second time, and that's strike one. Still in the second, already at 44 pitches, so some concern there. Next one is off the plate, and it's 1-1. And that drops in for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
2 outs, and that skips into dirt. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two down, nobody on. There's a swing and a drive. That ball's carrying. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
So runner at second, 2 down. And now it's Juan Soto. He's already homered in this game. Rush to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they add a pair. It's 6-0.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Kevin Gausman makes way, and the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break.
Now pitching for
Yariel Rodriguez gets the ball now.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Next to hit, Mark Vientos. Went down on strikes his first time through. That's too low. Ball one.
Ball one, no strikes.
And another ball. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. 4 runs already in the frame at bottom half of inning number 2. Sliced hard but foul. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 6-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And we're back.
Leading
now
off
the third
for
baseman,
Toronto,
Ernie
third
Clements.
baseman, Ernie
It's
Clements.
interesting. He plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really
Batting
fun to
ninth,
make.
Center fielder Nathan Lucas.
So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. That's out number 2.
Now batting right fielder George Springer.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's George Springer. He's 0 for 1. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. And that's downstairs and outside. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Right there, does a great job of staying in
Now
the big
batting,
part of the field. Man, there are a
shortstop,
lot of
Bo
hits
Bichette.
there.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. The shortstop takes the ball. Bichette, multi-time All-Star, batting second in today's lineup, and he was a second-round pick back in 2016. And there's a ball.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Squeezes it, and that is that. One left for Toronto. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. And welcome back to the
Leading
ballpark.
off for
Bottom
the
of the
Mets,
inning. In steps the
third
polar bear,
baseman,
Pete Alonso.
Alonso.
On the ground to third, and it goes just foul.
Well, these Mets putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They jumped all over the starter and knocked him out of the game early. He just was never able to settle in, and the damage was done by the time he got the hook.
Bichette hauls it in, and there's one away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down
Now
the heart of the
batting,
plate. Had
left
pretty good
fielder,
timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Here's Brandon Nimmo.
I mean, when you're chasing the opposing starter in the first inning or two, that's just such a tone setter for the game, and it puts the other team back on their heels, and it instills a lot of confidence in your lineup from top to bottom.
One down, base is empty. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone.
Now
We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Up the middle, Jimenez sends it to first, and Winker is set down. And the Mets go 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Mets, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Back here in Queens as we go to the top of the 4th. And now for the Jays, Anthony Santander. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished. Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Foul ball, still 0-2.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
That's inside, and it's 1-2. That one missing inside. Looked like it was a little bit up.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And down on strikes. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Fouled off left side. Vladdy needs just 1 hit to reach 200 for the season. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident. And there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
One down, base is empty.
Ball.
Still just the 2nd batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Hit in the air, left field. Nimmo has it sized up and puts the squeeze on that one. 2 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Wagner in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
2 outs. And right back to the mound. On to first. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. They still find themselves down 6-0. Back here at Citi Field, ready to go, bottom 4. And stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Out to short, Bichette. Slings it across, and a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, Francisco Alvarez.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. He's already homered here in this one. First pitch, and he just misses. Bases empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That's smashed towards center. Lucas snags it for the 2nd out.
Now batting, second baseman.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that is out of play. That's towards center. Lucas sizes this one up. He's got it. And that is out number 3. And we're back.
Leading
ready
off
now for the
Blue
5th
Jays.
inning. Here's the
Catcher,
Toronto catcher,
Alejandro
Kirk. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. That clips a corner.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop. Really impressive with the way he frames, the way that he sets it up, because sometimes those pitches are off the plate, but because he sets up and presents it so well, he steals strikes for his pitcher.
That one outside, and that's ball 2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. He'll circle the bases. It's 6-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Flying to left his first time. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
Well, these Jays, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They have yet to draw a walk, and that's a stat that can go both ways. Credit the pitcher or question the offense's approach. But either way, 0 free passes in this one, and that's making it tough to get anything going.
Next offering is in for a strike. And a foul ball. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're at the top of the 5th. That's to third. Tosses to first. One away here in the 5th.
Well, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Flied to right his first time. And that one fouled off. He swings and fouls one off. Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Lucas at the plate and takes high there. And another ball. Check swing, called strike. That one pushed foul. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. 1 in the inning, and it comes from a rather unlikely power source. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. Rodriguez back to work. Fastball for a strike. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Nick Sandlin appears to be getting loose. Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. And they tack one on the board. It's 7-1. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there. No doubt about it. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
Here's Juan Soto. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. Yep. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Nobody on, nobody out. Last half of inning number 5. Up and in, and it's 2-0.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Ball 3. I got 3-0.
Outside, and it's ball 4.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now batting,
Mark
third
Vientos
baseman.
up now for the
Mark
Mets.
Vientos.
Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Soto aboard here at first with nobody out.
8-2.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
The 0-2. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
All over that one right
Now
there.
batting,
I know that was a
first
ground
baseman,
ball, but it was
Pete
absolutely
Alonso.
hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch doesn't find the zone. On the ground, could be 2. There's 1 out, and they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
That was a much-needed double play right there. It gives them a really good shot
Now
at
batting,
minimizing
left
any further
fielder,
damage in this inning.
Brandon
Now the
Nimmo.
left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. The pick behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
That one misses, and it's 2-1. 2 outs with a runner at third. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. That's inside. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone. That's a
Now
stone-cold
batting,
take.
designated hitter, Jesse
So they're at the
Winker.
corners now. Now it's the DH, Jesse Winker. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
Good job to fight that one off.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire...
That one ripped. One hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. 1 run is in. Coming home. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. They put 2 on the board on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors and 1 left. We're through 5. It's the Mets 8 and the Blue Jays 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's George Springer to start it off. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1. When you played, did you play with guys that you thought were clutch, and sort of what were the attributes you said that's what he possesses that allows him to come through?
Well, we always used to joke, you know, guys want to eat steak, and there were some that just had a knack, could understand that, all right, this is a big, payout if I can come through with a knock here. But I think when you really look at the numbers, you really audit everything, guys kind of are who they are.
And that one misses up and in, and it's 2-1. One of the things that Jim Leland used to say when I was broadcasting with the Marlins, the longer a plate appearance goes for a batter, the more likely it is that something good will happen for the hitter. Ground ball right side and foul ball.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out. Now, a great back and forth and that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Bichette stands in here, takes ball one low. Fastball for a strike. Nobody out. Runner at first. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second
Now
with
batting,
nobody out.
left fielder Anthony Santander.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder Anthony Santander. 1 for 2. First pitch just misses. And a foul ball. No outs, runners at first and second. Just missed.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
On the ground to first, and that's a fair ball. Here comes Springer around third. One run across. Oh, the throw is over his head.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Kodai Senga won't go any further, and he's on the hook for the runners at second and third. So looking for some help there. Back in a minute.
Now pitching for
the Mets with a new
Mets.
arm on the mound. Sean
Number
Reed Foley.
71.
And he's got a nice lead to
Sean
work with, so he should come in throwing
Reed.
strikes, attacking these hitters.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ball one and a pitch inside.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
And another ball. And downstairs. There's a strike. 95 of that one. And that'll load the bases.
Perfect.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's,
Now batting,
perhaps is going to be in the
hitter,
rotation,
Will Wagner.
maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
Wagner up for the third time here. Watches that one miss.
The opportunity for a huge inning exists right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. But as a hitter, can't be over anxious. That pitcher's up against the wall. Make him come to you.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. That's a little bit low.
Boog, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Bichette at third. Santander over at second. Guerrero on at first with nobody out. Line drive, and this might be trouble. One run is in. Another comes in to score. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Relay throw home. He scores. They clear the bases.
Now
It's
batting,
8-5.
Hey, we've got a ball game again. That was huge. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Alejandro Kirk digs in now. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. Now let's see if they can string something together, make it a little more interesting.
Now it's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Nope,
and that one missing low. With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the sixth. That one hooked foul. Fouled off to the right. On the ground to second, might be two. There's one to first, save. It's a fielder's choice and an RBI.
Third baseman, Ernie Clement.
And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boo.
All ones the count.
Clement, 28 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2017. Upstairs,
1 ball, 1 strike.
and 1-1. In the dirt, but kept close. That one's in there. And now 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Count full.
On the ground to second, might be two. Off balance speed, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Now batting.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Here's the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. And the first offering is not close. Reed Foley picks over, and he's back in on a dive. That one fouled off. And a fastball misses outside for a ball. 2-1. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Nimmo makes the play, and that is that. But 9 batters hit in the inning. 5 come around to score. 7, 8, 9 due up in the home half of the inning. It's the Mets 8 and the Blue Jays 6. Back here in Queens, bottom of the 6th. And stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Misses off the plate. And that's ball 1. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Nick Sandlin preparing to come on if needed.
Come on, New York.
There's a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That one way outside. The count now 2-2. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He circles the bases. It's 9-6. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Yariel Rodriguez done for the afternoon. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Nick Sandlin on the pitch here. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Nick Sandlin.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Francisco Alvarez. Hard hit left side. Fires over to Guerrero. One away, bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil stands in. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. And the pitch is outside, ball 1. Swing and a ball line to center. Lucas snags it. 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent base.
Francisco Lindor.
Back to the top of the Mets order. And now the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Inside corner for a strike. Going to count 1-2. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout. The Mets add 1 to their lead on this solo shot. It's now 9-6. It's Major League Baseball on the show.
Now pitching for
Welcome
the New
back.
York
We're in the
Mets.
7th. We have a new pitcher on
Number
the mound.
70.
Jose Butto.
Jose Butto.
Back to the top of the
Leading
order
off
now.
for Toronto,
And it'll be
right
George
fielder,
Springer to
George
step to the
Springer.
plate. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
And that's
1 ball,
down and away.
2 strikes.
Left field, way back there. That one's carrying. Gone. That's one way to quiet the crowd. And they inch closer. It's 9-7.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
So up next for Toronto, Bo Bichette. 1 for 3. Outside. And it's 1-0. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. Missed with a changeup. 2 balls, no strikes. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Dedniel Nunez, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Minter getting cranked up as well. Check swing, and he went. Now 2 balls and a strike.
1 strike.
Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Gets to it onto first. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
Now batting, left fielder
So up next, Anthony
Santander.
Santander. Slider
0-1,
misses
no
outside. Swing and a ball popped up. Vientos. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
No, that was a pitch you got to crush.
Up next,
Unbelievable
for the
that he
Blue
missed
Jays,
it right
first
there. I'm
baseman,
telling you, he is going to be frustrated
Guerrero
with himself until his
Jr.
next at bat.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Outside
Count
low,
1-0.
and that is ball 1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Jose Buto out of the game. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
Taking
the
over
Mets.
on the mound for the Mets,
Number
A.J.
33.
Minter.
These are the spots
Hey,
relievers
Jay,
really make a
Minter.
name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Will Wagner. That one inside, 1-0. Late on that fastball.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
On the ground to third. They take the force out, and the inning is over. This homer cuts into Toronto's deficit. It's now 9-7. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show.
Leading off
Juan
for
Soto
the Mets.
now. He's got a
Right
couple
fielder,
homers already, so can he
Juan
possibly do it
Soto.
again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those two he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
And ball one to the right fielder.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, third baseman Mark Vientos.
And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. Tap foul at the plate. That's
I got a
down
ball,
and
one
in. A
strike.
slider missed.
Ball.
Swing and a miss.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
Now batting, the first baseman.
And here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso. 0 for 3 in this one. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
0-2 is the
Two
count.
pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the
One ball,
zone and
two
spit on
strikes.
anything that's down.
Soto leads off first with one away. And it's even up. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That's outside. And that's ball 3.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here.
Nimmo, the next to hit, takes outside.
Well, he's already in some trouble, and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that's where they can really do damage against a guy like this.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
1 strike.
That's in there. 2-2 now. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Next offering misses, and now it's 3-2. Runners at first and second with one gone here at the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Fights it off. He'll see another. Two on, one out. That one ripped right center field. Back there. Over the bullpen and gone. See you later. A 3-run dinger. And they tack on 3. It's 12-7.
The wind didn't hurt the chances of that ball getting out of here. That's for sure.
That home run was a no-doubter as we dive into the numbers with StatCast.
Crushed, Boog. Just absolutely crushed. 112 miles per hour on the exit velo, and like you said, no doubt about that one. Plenty of launch angle to give it that backspin as well, and that carried way over the wall.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Nick Sandlin will depart, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Pitching change here, Eric Swanson.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Here's Jesse Winker. Tap back to the mound. Handles, throws to first. There to beat him by an eyelash.
Now batting, the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
So up next for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there. Tattooed to Tatertown and gone. Another homer. It's their second home run of the inning, and they tack on to their lead. It's 13-7.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
So 2 away with nobody on. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. That one's upstairs, ball 1. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
1 ball, 1 strike.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play it. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. The lead has exploded to a half dozen. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there.
Singy, one of the biggest ways the game has changed, bullpen arms. So many elite level bullpen arms.
Yeah, and I'm glad I'm not playing anymore. I mean, it's just a nightmare. When that door swings open out of the bullpen, you know what's coming in is 95 and above with at least one nasty pitch.
Outside corner, there's a strike. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Soto hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it!
Now batting, third baseman, Ernie Clement.
And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And there's a foul ball. Outside low, and that's ball 1.
I got 1 ball, 1
2
strike.
down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one
Inside
missed.
Ball.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. Safe at first, and an infield single keeps the inning going.
Well, he did all he could at short to try to make an amazing play and almost got it done, but good hustle down the line, and that's an earned infield hit.
And now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Clement off of first with 2 away. Swings through that one out in front that time.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Next pitch is outside. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Vientos makes the grab, and that'll do it. And we're back. Bottom of the eighth. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil.
Swanson back to work. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
0-1.
And now the count is even.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Swing and a miss. Handcuffed him with that slider. Now one away.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him off. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of. And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Inside, just missed. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Now he'll turn for second. That's a double, and he's got a 4-hit day.
Boog, I know you love the slug. Well, the slugging percentage is on the rise in this one. That's his third extra base hit of the game.
Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
And stepping in for New York, Juan Soto. Just off the outside edge. Ball one.
That's ball two.
And that's in for a strike. One out and a runner at second. Here, the bottom half of the eighth inning. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Two. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Inside, and it's 3-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Vientos in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Runner at second, 2 down. And that one is downstairs, and the count even 1-1. And that misses off the outside edge. Foul ball there. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Back here at Citi Field, and the batter is George Springer.
Right fielder, George Springer.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Taylor in position. Makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, shortstop.
Bo Bichette now at the plate. And that misses. And that's ball one. Minter in his 7th season. He features a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, and he works in a changeup. One down, base is empty. On the ground right side. Toss to Alonso, and Bichette is retired. Anthony Santander will hit next. High fly ball out towards left field. That's back there. Gone. He made him pay for that one. It's 13-8.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Two outs, nobody on. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This one smoked on its way out of here. They go back to back, and they cut into the deficit. It's 13-9.
This game just got a little more interesting with that home run. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. A.J. Minter is done, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching.
The Mets with a new arm on the mound. Danny Young.
Number 81. Danny Young.
Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Will Wagner. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. The 0-1. Foul ball. The Blue Jays down to their final strike. And that's in the dirt. Now 1-2. Lifted to left, and that should do it. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Mets slug their way to a win in this one.
7 home runs. What are we playing, a wiffle ball? Anytime you hit 7 home runs, you better win the ball game, and that's what they did. Really impressive today.
A 13-9 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.